Hi guys, good evening. So we will start in a minute. We'll wait for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. Hi, Ram, I think you're here. Wait, I'll just make you co-host. Hi, Mr. Ram, can you say hi just? Yeah.
Hi, Vivian. Am I
Hi,
audible?
yes. Great. So we'll just start in 2 minutes. By the time, guys, you can just introduce yourself by your name and from which college you are joining, from which city you are joining, just your name and all. That's all. And what you are studying right now, if you can, or if you are teaching. So just introduce yourself. By the time in 2 minutes, we will start. We're just going live on YouTube as well. Yes, guys. Okay. So great. Hi, guys. Good evening again. And I'm Dr. Ajit Singh, founder and CEO of CliMed Research Solutions. So, guys, I welcome you all to this wonderful webinar on the CDM course. I mean, the clinical data management, right? And today we are going to talk on the scope and opportunities in the CDM domain. CDM is a part of clinical research, definitely, but CDM is an independent career option also for pharmacy people, PharmDs, M Farms, B Farms. And I think we are full. Thank you, guys. We are full here in Zoom meeting. So if you are, joining here, and if you're not getting place, please go and join the YouTube. It's similar. It's live streaming on YouTube as well, guys. So I request everyone to, join the YouTube. Okay, please go there and join the YouTube. Okay, that's live streaming there. And don't worry, certificate will be given to, all who are attending, because the final attendance form will be shared in Zoom as well as in the YouTube at the end. I'll come to that. So, guys, I welcome you all to this wonderful webinar on clinical data management scope and opportunities. And today we are going to talk about the job options from the entry level to the higher hierarchies, and what are the companies which hire the CDM professionals, and what are the job skills, and what are the salaries, and all. I mean, we will talk about what are the skills required to get into the CDM job. Okay, so there is always a motive behind all the webinars. So this webinar is with the motive to teach our CDM students about the career options and how they can get or how they enter to the CDM industry, and to you people all who are joining us in Zoom meeting and in our YouTube channel. So I would request all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. But before that, guys, I would like to take your 5 minutes. See, today we are going to talk about CDM, right? And recently we have launched our course on CDM. So whoever is interested can join. Let me take a minute of you to just show you what we are, providing in that. So if you can see the screen, you will see here we are running the executive certificate course in clinical data management. This is a 3 month skill development value added program. And in this, we are, providing a lot to you. I'll come to the syllabus as well. And this is our fourth batch, not first or second, but this is our fourth batch. After successful completion of fourth batch, I mean, 3 batches, where we kept the, what we say, the unit number of the students in one batch was 100, and it was always full and more than that. Okay, so guys, if you are interested, you can join our course. Here you will get the comprehensive overview of CDM, industry relevant tools, practical cases, interactive classes, all interactive classes. And you can see here we'll be talking about CDM process overview, study setup, study conduct, protocol, CRF design, data management plans, electronic data capture, discrepancy managements, UAT and tracking CRF data, and all about data validation, data review, query management, eCRF specifications, and collective adverse event data, how to collect that, lab data, SAE reconciliation, database lock. I mean, whatever is required, you know, for the beginners and intermediate level CDM professionals, we are providing all in this. Okay, so all people from clinical research, healthcare, pharmacy, PharmDs, M Farms, B Farms, all can join this. Even from the people from the medical and researchers, they also can join. So the course is going to start on February 16. Okay, just focus, guys. Here it's very important to for all of you to focus. This course is starting on February 16th, Sunday, and the last date to register is January 31st. Okay, this course is 3 months. Live classes, weekend classes will be there Saturday and Sunday. Okay, Saturday night and Sunday, I mean Saturday evening and Sunday evenings, the classes will be there. There's no class with other courses. We are running all multiple courses, so there will be no classes. Right, the course fee is 3,000 rupees right now, 2,999. The course fees is 2,999. But what I'm going to say is very amazing thing for all of you, whoever is interested. Today, whoever is attending the webinar, we are giving 10% additional discount to all of you, whoever wants to register. So after 3,300 more, you will get discount. And today and tomorrow, because today it's almost done, so you need some time to decide. So by tomorrow night, by tomorrow evening, you can register on the price of 2,700 only. Okay, we'll share the link at the end. You can just register with the price of 2,700 only, right? So this is from my side, guys. Stay with us. And now I'll come to the main objective. What everyone and how everyone is joining, why everyone is joining is certificate, right? So you all have to stay with us till end. You have to fill the attendance form, and without attendance form, whoever is not filling the attendance form or getting late or leaving us early will not get the certificate. Okay, there are almost 4,500 registrations. Okay, 4,500 registrations since yesterday in this webinar. So I cannot give the certificates to everyone who have registered. We can give the certificates to the people who are attending this webinar. Okay, who are attending this webinar. So guys, please be here, ask your questions, learn wonderfully, because we have with us Mr. Ram from the industry. He will be introducing himself. He will be talking about what he does and what's the experience he has. And then he will be taking the webinar, what I'm talking about. Please learn, please learn. Okay, that is the first motto everyone should have. And then the certificate. Okay, because we respect your time, we will give you the certificate as well. But for that, you have to fill the form. You cannot tell that, sir, before and I left the meeting, I couldn't fill the certificate form, I couldn't fill the feedback form, attendance form. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, we will not give you the certificate if you are not filling the feedback form. I will consider that you have not attended the webinar. Okay, so for anyone who is attending through YouTube or through Zoom channel, you all will get the certificate. You all will get the feedback link at the end, and you can fill that easily. Okay. So guys, I'll not take much time. It's already 7:12. So I will uh, hand over it to Mr. Ram. So over to you, Ram, for the further descriptions and further session. Over to you, Ram. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Amrit. Hi, everyone. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, yes, you're audible, perfectly audible. Yes.
Good. Actually, I thought it would be very less number, but after seeing the number of people have joined, and that too, the many of them can hear in or listen in YouTube also. Maybe I
So
got more interest
there are
actually.
almost 800 right now joined. Yeah.
That's really great number actually. Then I went back to my slides and changed many things actually. Initially, I came up with only minimal things, thinking that there will be only little number of people, maybe 10 people, 15 people. That's what my expectations when I came
Oh,
here.
no, no, the webinars are always, thousands.
No, no risk. I've come up with very huge information, not only the clinical data management, keeping the many of the audience in mind. I'm gonna give the very good information.
I
But
hope everyone will get and everyone will get benefited with that. And guys, please learn and ask as many as questions you can ask. Okay. So yeah, I'll just now switch off my audio and video. Please go ahead. Thank you.
And trust me, you all are very lucky to have this webinar now. Why? Because there is a lot of GCC centers coming up in India, mostly I can broadly say. And now I got an opportunity to explain everything to you for free. You don't have to pay me anything, just by explaining what is GCC and all. Okay, why? Because the industry switch is happening from Europe to India, from US to India, and even many other countries also. Maybe I'm talking more into the technical part. Now, what I will do, I will just take you all through what is clinical trial, then what are the career opportunities, what are the companies that we have. Then, whatever the time that we left in that, I'll be talking about again GCC, that is Global Capability Centers that we recently achieved in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. And then I'll take up your questions. Will that work for you all? Maybe I just want to hear from you all if you're all active. You're all there? Okay, I'll take silence as yes. Good. So I might not able to answer every question you put if you put people put back to back, but I'll try my best to answer every question that you all have, so that maybe some do not hesitate to ask question. That's what I want to say. Why? Because maybe I'll just take few seconds here. Most of the people in the industry, are most of the students, they think that how do I get into the industry, or what are the skills that I should have to get the job. So they'll go through a lot of books, they'll go through a lot of YouTube channels, they ask a lot of people to refer them. Yes, you can do that, but the primary thing that what interviewers or what industry is looking for is that, are you able to talk in the crowd? That is the most important thing, because in the interview mostly they check how fast you talk, how slow you talk, how are you explaining. But when it comes to our college, maybe we regularly don't talk much, thinking that what others would think. This is a stupid question, or this might be irrelevant question, or this is, I don't know whether to ask or not. No, there is never a stupid question, there is never a wrong question, or there is a bad question. You have every right to ask any question, maybe relevant to this topic. Okay, just keep that in mind, relevant to this topic. And there is no grammar mistakes, there is no English errors, nothing. You can put in the chat box, so this is my question. That makes you to stand in the crowd, that makes you have that strength to raise up your voice, raise up your hand, to ask some concern, because that might help others, hundred of people also. Okay, that is just to make sure that you all ask the question when there is a session is ongoing. So now I'll quickly share my screen, and please just confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Okay, good. So now What I'll do is, initially I just mentioned as a clinical data management, but after seeing you all, I was so excited and okay, because I go to many colleges in India. I've been into every state in India. I've taken more than 100 of webinars offline, direct college to college, and 100 of webinars and sessions online. So whenever I go to any college, the for 5 day session, 3 day session, first to 4 days of the 5 days are like it will be only for the students who register for the particular sessions like CDM, clinical operations, data management, or pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs. But last day, that 1 hour or 2 hours, I'll I'll gather every student in that college, like whether it's a Form D or the B Form C, M Form C, or paramedics or any students, right from second year or first year till the final year. The reason because everyone should start thinking from their career from the day one, not just pressurizing themselves but thinking about, okay, how, where should I go, what is my career pathway, how do I land my career. So that is what I do. But again, I got an opportunity to talk to you all, huge number of people. Kudos to you all. And let's talk about the career guidance, and slowly I'll take talk into the many other things. But why do I need the career guidance? Why do I need, or why I should join? Why there are thousands of the people out there in the world, but I mean in the surrounding us, like how come they did not join, but only you people join? Why not rest of them? Because you taken an additional step, you taken an extra step to know more about what is the career after my farm day, what is my what is my career after my education, right? Now if I think, when I went to Maharashtra once, where Akulwaka is one of the remote area in the world, I mean in the India, just very remote, but there were a lot of students. And when I asked the students, like, what do you want to do after Form D, they said, I want to work in the pharmacy. And there is one more student said QC. Out of 100 students, 55 students have mentioned QC, QC, QC. Then I realized that maybe most of the people don't know where they should go, right? So this webinar is going to help you all to expand your thoughts. This webinar would help you to expand your knowledge on that, where should you land your career after education. But why there is only why I'm talking about clinical research, or why I'm talking about only this field, why not other field? Because I don't see any other field. Because I'm not saying the clinical trial is the only dead end, but this is where everything starts. If you want to work in the pharmacy, this is where it's going to start. If you want to work in the QA background, this is where it's going to start. If you want to work in the clinical data management, the clinical trial is the start. If you want to work in the pharmacovigilance, clinical trial is the start. That is the reason that I want to give a definition of it. If you see, many years back, we do not have the fastest train. Now I think government is trying bullet trains. Many years back, we have only few technologies. Now something's coming up, artificial intelligence, machine learning, a lot of things are happening, right? Many years back, we do not have a smartphones. Now we have a smartphones, right? Technology is changing. But what is not changing here is the people disease. There more and more disease keep happening. There are more different types of variants, different types of disease happening in the world. So what is the solution for it? Either a vaccination, either an antibiotic, either any medicine, that something stop, something eradicate the particular disease, something minimize the particular disease. But can I just go and buy in a pharmacy that medication? No, it is not just available in the pharmacy. It's just not available in the manufacturing plant. It is available after a thorough clinical trial, where we're going to observe how the new drug safety efficacy, right? I know I'm going to the point directly, considering the time, but I'll try to explain as much as possible. But if you have any questions, you can raise up in the chat box. I'm very happy to answer you all. So now you might think, sir, why are you talking about the clinical trial? I'm more interested into, pharmacovigilance. Sir, I'm more interested into manufacturing department. Dude, everything starts here, as I mentioned that. So that is the reason I'm talking about the clinical trial here. The observational studies, that what we do, like understanding the safety, understanding the efficacy. through the animals, then we just go for the human beings by looking into the data. If you look into this, then I've just highlighted a few in the green color, like an observational studies, safety, efficacy, animals, statistical data. But let me tell you something, during the COVID, everything was remote, everything was online, right? Even the work from home, college also work from, I mean, you were listening the sessions from the mobile, everything. So during that time, during the COVID, I got severe stomach pain once, then I went to the doctor, and me and my mother, when we went there, like the doctor just didn't touch me. He just has a big mirror and he just asked me, where is the pain? I showed him the pain, abdominal pain. Then he just gave the medication. I was asking my mom, what kind of doctor he is? I'm just kidding, actually. No, why didn't he touch me? Why didn't he just, touch my stomach and see that where exactly I have pain? I just shown him and he gave the medication. You see, right? The patient relationship between the doctor and the patient is very important, right? At the same time that, in order to understand that how the drug is, it's always important to do the trials, right, in the human beings. Then we'll understand whether it's working or not, whether it's safe or not, whether it's really effective or not, right? For that we need a lot of information. So let's look into that. The form is 6 years, I think, of the 6 years. Many of the times I think actually our MBBS is a 5.5 years, including the internship. Like I always think, why can't we read just in 1 year? Why can't I just complete in 2 years? Why I have to read for 5.5 years? Why? Because in first year I read anatomy, I read physiology, and I read biochemistry. Then second year I come to the microbiology, pathology. Then third year I'll go for ophthalmology. Then final year I'll go for the medicine, obesity, a lot of things, right? You see that I'm trying to understand the basics, and then I'm trying to come for the, adding some more information to the basics. At the final year, I'm coming to the point where I can understand the entire human body structure, human body system, because I've taken to the steps wise. I cannot read everything without basics. Same way that the clinical trial has been divided into 4 phases. You might think, sir, I can do in 2 years. You might be based on the urgency, but otherwise it is divided into the 4 phases in order to understand from the basics. The basics is just that, take for smaller number of people, then increase the people, increase more people, then just go into the massive studies in the market, right? So in these steps, what I am seeing, that I'm seeing a lot of opportunities. You might see eight only, or just 80 to 100 healthy volunteers, or only 200 patients. But in a small study where there is 100 of people, 100 of patients, we need a minimum of 2 to 300 employees in that particular study. We need a minimum of 50 to 60 hospitals to get that number, sometimes even 100 of people, 100 of hospitals. So what I'm seeing here is that the number of opportunities I'm seeing. I'm not just seeing that how the clinical trial is designed. I'm not seeing how the clinical trial is divided into phases, but I'm seeing that the different multiple opportunities that I have in each phase of the trial, which I'll be explaining in the coming slides. So the laws and regulations on the clinical trial conduct, there is a lot of regulations. Why? Because there's one say, dying with a disease, unavoidable, but dying with wrong medication, unacceptable. So that means we have a government who is overseeing these trials. There are a government who have regulations, they have law. Law is nothing but which keeps human beings, which keeps things into the control, right? So if you see, I just have to go only when there is a green light. I just have to stop when there's a red light. What happens if I go even there is a red light? There might be an accident, pakka, 100%, because opposite people would be coming the left and right, right? Same way that whenever there is a clinical trial is happening, the government is always oversee. Why? Because you are handling the patients. So apart from the opportunities, you can also think, whenever we take the medical education, people always say, I want to help the patients. I want to help the public. Actually, you're doing it, right? I'll tell you how. So the government takes care of the regulation part, where lot of companies have to follow these rules and the regulations. There are many. You might think, sir, why are you saying it now? The regulations are when we do the clinical trial, right? But I want to know career opportunities. The career opportunities relates here. The regulations. Whenever you keep it in mind, whenever you go for an interview, the regulations, that's something you always should know. I failed once in interview many years back, almost 9 years back. I failed in interview once only because I was not aware of GCP guidelines, internet ACH GCP guidelines. There are 13 guidelines. I was like, I remember I forgot one or two. Then it was like, you don't know the guidelines. These are not so difficult, but I still forgot many years back. Right. So the guidelines are something that you always should keep it in mind when you hunt for the job. And like, no, who are these people here? Who are the people that are involved? So now I'll just quickly take you all through the regular exercise that we do in our life. So who is the sponsor for our education, our life, our our the job? I mean, sorry, the education, clothes, everything. Of course, our parents or our brother, sister, our whoever is taking care of us, right? So ideally, they are the sponsor because they're giving us money, they're paying for our education, they're paying for my clothes, they're paying for my bike or the car, whatever I have. So now where I'm going, taking all this money, I'm going to a college to study, I'm going to a shop to buy something, I'm going to I'm taking a home for rent using the someone sponsored money. This is what happens, right, when we in the college or the school. And so here also same thing happens. There is something called a pharma sponsor. There's something called a sponsor, we say. The sponsor is nothing but who invests the money, who helps who starts the clinical trial, who initiate the clinical trial. So maybe, can we quickly open your chat box and tell me, do you know any sponsor company names? Quickly. Any sponsor companies that you're aware of? Pfizer, fast. Cipla, Gilmark, Sun Pharma, Novartis, Cipla, AstraZeneca, Novavax, it is Accenture. Oh my goodness. Clinzon, Cipla, mm-hmm. Fast. I want to see at least a minimum 100 of messages. Mm-hmm. Repeating. Okay, good. Keep doing it. I'll okay. Now, like let's say my brother is funding me. Okay. And I cannot tell someone's name, right? Same thing happened here. Why? Because I'll tell you how. The sponsor is the one who is funding the clinical trial to conduct at the hospital, right? Now, when you write an exam, and let's say someone got less marks, so the teacher will call your parent. See, you're paying a lot of money, your son is not studying. You see, right? Now teacher is the one who is oversighting your education, who is looking for your education, who is ensuring that you're studying well. So like teacher, there is something called CRO, clinical research organization, or contract research organization. So where you study during school days, you go for school. For higher studies, you go for college. Same way, to conduct the clinical trial, we go to the hospital. So hospital is the one where the clinical trial happens. So now sponsor funds the money in the clinical sites and CRO oversights the clinical trial. Simple. That means you have an opportunities in the sponsor companies, you have an opportunities in the hospital background where the trial happens, you have an opportunities in the CRO end. Now name some of the CRO companies that you know of. Fast. Now second question. Name the CRO companies that you are aware of. See, someone mentioned Accenture for sponsor and the CRO both. Okay. Cipla both again. Tata, Icon. Clintar is okay. Avota, okay. Come fast. Parexel. You see that you are collecting a lot of information now. I'll write whether it's correct or not, but you can just GSK. Oh my God. Pyrex, Pirapa, okay, Pyrex, okay. CBCC, Tata. Come on, come on. Everyone has to participate. No issue. If it is wrong, also, no one is going to tell us anything. Just type it. But type only relevant to us. Clinispace, Stratus, Medspace, Tata, Geoscreen. Come on, come on. Charles River Laboratories, IQF, Fortria. Very good. Icon, very good. Pfizer, no. Okay, good. Thank you so much. So you got my point, right? So the entire clinical trial process happens at the hospital, and which provides the funds by the sponsor and the CRO oversight. You might think, sir, why the CRO came into the picture? Why clinical trial organ? One more company is coming. The sponsor has money, right? Why they can't? Why they can't oversight the clinical trial? Why they can't manage how the trial is happening? Let's say my father is a IAS. No, actually, he's not an IAS officer, but I'm just telling. Let's say he's a doctor. Okay, just because my father is doctor doesn't mean that he has to let me what he will do, he will find a good school, good college for me. Okay, make him study. The teacher cannot ask me, hey, your father is a doctor, right? Why is he sending you to the school? He can let you study at the home, right? No, the school is the one where everyone joins, and that is the best school where they teach a lot of activities. Why? Because my father has a work to do. He has to go to hospital, he has to go to the treat the patients, right? Same way the sponsor will focus more on conducting the number of clinical trials. The sponsor companies will think to how to expand their business. At the same, that is the reason they give some of the portion of the clinical trial monitoring or the oversight to the CRO. So now they will do that. And also that, let's say if my uncle is a teacher, if I'm studying in the same school, there will be bias. If I get less marks, also there will be bias, right? So that is the reason that if the CRO handles, there won't be any bias in the research. Okay. So now the different job positions that are available in the industry. Sir, you told about the CRO companies. You told about sponsor company. You told there is hospital. But what are the roles that are available? So now, before I go there, I want to ask you one more question. Can you name the departments that are involved in the clinical research? Again, fast. Different departments that are involved in the clinical research. GRC. Come on, you can do.
Guys, I hope things are going fine, not fast, not slow. Everyone,
Human ethics committee, good.
you
Bios,
understanding the things?
all departments. Guys, you all understanding me, right? Good. They're busy
Great.
answering questions.
Yeah.
Good. Good. So now the most commonly I could see the data management, QA, QC, regulatory affairs, pharmacovigilance. Then I could see quality clinical pharmacist, biostatistics team, and then CDM one person answer. Okay, good. So you see that you have an idea, basic idea, what are the people that are involved. Now I'll just tell you very slowly what are the different teams that are involved. Okay, there are multiple departments. The clinical research is the tree. Clinical research is the tree. It has a lot of roots. It has a multiple roots. So when I say clinical research is a root, it has a root of clinical data management. It has a root of pharmacovigilance. It has a root of the quality control, what you're saying, right? It has a root of anything else? Regulatory affairs. It has a root of anything else? The statistic teams, right? There are multiple hundred of departments out there. But get an idea. Sorry, you might get a doubt, sir. What are they doing? Or why so many people involved? So if you see in our life, the teachers, friends, and the parents and relatives and regular the people that we meet, the people that a lot of people we regularly meet. Everyone plays different roles in our life, right? No, you cannot say no, I'll talk to only my parents, or I'll talk to only my teachers, I'll talk to only my uh, it might be not possible, because you might meet a lot of people in your life, right? Same way that, and everyone plays a major role or different roles. Same way that, in order to bring a molecule from lab to pharmacy. When I say the lab, it means identifying a molecule, and right. So bringing a molecule, that means a medication, from lab, from identifying state to phase one, phase two, phase three, till it is released into the market, that is a pharmacy. There are hundred of people involved, sorry, thousand of the people involved. How much money? Thousand of the crores involved. There are many trials that I work on. Each clinical trial, an average of 300 crores, 400 crores, or 100 crores, 150 crores, even more than 1,000 crores also cost. One clinical trial, there was one 750 crores just for 2 years. You see that the amount of money that flowing in, that is different. But whom they are paying? Most of the money, or the most of the funding goes for the employees, because the people who are involved. So now, sir, what are we going to do this? Like you said, data management, you say statistics, you say, the clinical operations, you say pharmacovigilance. What are they doing it? They help bring the molecule to the market in every different steps. So now let me talk about the clinical operations. We say like a clinical research associate, clinical trial assistants, clinical trial associates, and the clinical research managers, clinical trial managers, global study managers, the portfolio molecule leads and all. So these people manage the projects. Every projects need someone to manage the trial. So if you see clinical research associate, they work mainly at site level. If you look into the clinical research manager or a clinical trial manager, they work at a country level. If you look into the global study manager, they work at the study level. There are different stages out there. Now, when I have the project, like let's say I've studied, right? So just because I complete 1 year doesn't mean that I'll get my certificate. No, I'll not get. I need marks, right? So the marks, something tells me whether I pass or not, right? Same way, when I'm doing the clinical trial, in a hospital, in the patients, I need the data. So who will manage this data? The data is managed by the data management team. Don't you think, sometimes parents come to the college and see, right, okay, whether my son is studying of properly or not, whether my daughter is studying correctly or not, right? So even way, there is a person called, there's a clinical research associate, CRA, nothing but monitor. He regularly goes to the hospital and see that how the trial is happening. So to monitor one trial, we have a clinical research associate. I've also mentioned regulatory affairs. So it mainly managed by the government. So to get an approval from the government, we have a separate team that's called regulatory affairs. Fine. And the side effects are common, right? I cannot call it as a side effects. Start using the regular terms like adverse event, right? So when I'm using something, when I was driving the bike for the first time, I fell down many times because I'm doing for the first time, right? So when the medication also taking for the first time, when I'm trying for the first time in the human beings, there will be a side effects 100%. There is no doubt in that. So to manage these side effects, to understand the severity of it, to understand the complexity of it, intensity of it, we have a pharmacovigilance team who manage this adverse event process, like for example, informing the government, seeing that how the patients are suffering and see that how depth it is. That's one. And we have a medical writing team. Now I need a document, right? Like how I have my syllabus, even I need a protocol, I need a IC informed consent forms, I need a lot of document investigator brochure. There are a lot of documents I would need. So I need someone who has a medical knowledge, right? So if so there is something called medical writing team also. Then we have a statistics team, analyze the data. Okay, 100 patients, 100 visits, like how much data. So the biostatistics team will analyze the data. Then within this, like the every clinical trial also divided into many steps. So these many people involved into. So can one data management personnel can handle entire study? No, there will be many people. And one more doubt you should get. Sir, only one clinical trial done by the sponsor companies? No, it's not. They will do 100 of clinical trials. They will do multiple clinical trials in the industry, right? So that means you need 100 of people. Okay, so I'm getting money from home, I'm paying in college. Now I need clothes, right? For example, I have many brands. I have Levi's, I have Louis Philippe, Van Hoosen, a lot of brands, right? So I'll go and buy wherever I like, or else I'll buy in online like Flipkart, Amazon, anything, Myntra, or anything. You see that these are the vendors we say, right? Same with that, to support the clinical trial, there are many vendors also. What are the vendors that I'll explain you now? The clinical trial the organization's hierarchy clearly defines in such a way that it starts from the, if you are working in the hospital, you will have a clinical research coordinators, and you'll have a CRC 2 3 CRC. That is the reason I was asking you all that, do you know the any roles that are there? So a lot of people mention departments, right? So from there you get an opportunity to go to the clinical time supervisor in at the hospital background. But if you want to move to the corporate, either sponsor company or the CRO background, you can start your career from the CRA also. But it's not very easy to get, can I be the trainer if I don't know something? No, I don't know. For example, I don't know car driving. Can I teach someone how to drive a car? No, it's not so easy, right? Likewise, nowadays industry is mainly looking into the site knowledge also. So if anyone get an opportunity work as a clinical research coordinator as a fresher, you grab that opportunity for a year, 1.5 year, then you move the corporate side. Why? Because the clinical trial happens at the hospital. So now you see live how the trial happens. So now industry would like such kind of employees, but doesn't mean that you should work the CRC then go for any other role. There is nothing like that. It is only to enhance your skills. If someone is getting for CRC internship, clinical research coordinator internship, like let's say you are getting an opportunity as a clinical pharmacist, at the same time you also have an opportunity as a CRC. Take CRC only. I'm not telling that clinical pharmacist is bad. I'm saying that when you want to move, when if you want to move to the industry, CRC option will be very good actually. Then you can go for the CRA, or you can go for the the regulatory affairs. You'll have n number of opportunities. You might think, sir, I don't know how to go to the CRC, or can I go for can I go for can I start my career in the pharma industry, or the pharma sponsor, the CRO? Yes, there are plenty of the companies. They're plenty providing the plenty of the job opportunities. But you might hear, so why I'm not? Why I've heard from a lot of people there are no jobs. No, there's nothing like that. It is that we don't know how to search for, right? So it was my second year. I was looking into the microscope. So so my professor had given me one slide. So he have given me one slide. First in that I could see salmonella, and he could then I was like, okay, fine. Then next slide he gave me, and I was unable to see anything. It was my first after joining of 2 months. I was unable to see anything. Then he told me there is something important you need to find. 1 hour I checked, nothing I found in the microscope. Then he came and told me, you can't see what your mind doesn't know, right? So my mind knew the salmonella, but my mind didn't know how the tuberculosis bacteria looks like. So that in the slide there was a tuberculosis bacteria, but I didn't see because my mind doesn't know. And this is the main reason that why a lot of people are not getting an opportunity. Your mind has to know few things. One is that what are the companies that are hiring. Second thing is that what are the skills that they are looking for. Third thing is that what are the positions, what are the roles that I am suitable. A lot of people I see in LinkedIn say that there is a experienced roles. Even fresher people also, am interested, I'm interested, please refer. No, you need to know what you fit into for. Let's say biostatistics, they're looking for MSc biostatistics, for example. Then you have let's say MSc biochemistry or pharmacy. You're not eligible, they clearly mentioned. You're not supposed to waste your energy by looking for that. You need to, that means you need to read what has been given. You understanding me, right? You need to know where you need to look for. That means for that, your mind should know. How do you get to know? Today you talk to me. That's how you came to know. I'm sure you might know few new things. How did you know? Because you listened me. I'm showing on the slide. Same way that take some good course where you understand the different factors for your career. Now climate is coming for very good opportunities, providing the idea on the career guidance. Attend this kind of webinars. This will help you to where you can land your career. So now you need to know where you fit into. You should know where your skills you should fit into. You should know what skills you should learn. You should know what kind of roles that you are you can apply for, and where you can go for. And fourth thing is that how is my career in after 5 years? How is my, in a lot of times in India is this, where do you want to see your career in 5 years? They're not asking simply. They're just trying to understand whether you have an idea or not. Have that thought. Okay, is that means, is this don't sit and think, okay, this role is good or bad. No, just think how this role is. Ask the seniors, ask the industry experts, or ask the, go for the webinars, ask the, like, how's the medical writing, how is the pharmacovigilance after 2 years, how is the regulatory affairs I'm planning to look for. Or I want to go for the regulatory affairs. What skills I should know? Of course, you should know all the regulatory principles. You should know how the submissions goes. You should know how the safety concerns goes there. You should know what kind of policies they have. Or I want to go for the CRA. Then you should know how the monitoring done. You should know how the clinical trial works, and you should know clinical trial phase 1 steps. You should know phase 2, phase 3, phase 3. You should know all these things, right? Then, so I'll just quickly do what I'll do is, this is what I did. Initially, I gave only for the CDM, but then I realized, no, I should provide all the information. Then I immediately incorporated some more slides. So are we good? You have, um, I'll come to that point. Good question. Are there any like concerns, like you're not understanding something? Am I going fast, or is not something you're not understanding? It's okay. You can shout out. No issue. I'm not going to come back and slow. You want me to go slow? Very good. I'll go there. Going good. See, you're 500 people. I'm asking for feedback. Only 3 people.
Plus 300 in YouTube.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Going good. Yeah, good. So this helps me how fast I can go. I'll go a little slow. Thank you so much. Now, if you ever ask me, sir, where should I start my, sir, what career I should choose? I will always tell you CRA. I will definitely say, because CRA is the gold mine, opportunity to learn the new skills. Like, how is you will know, how the clinical trial goes. You will know how the clinical trial happen in hospital, right? Now, the question is now that what they do. The clinical research associates are called nothing but monitors who employed by the sponsor and the CRO companies. So you see, man, you have a lot of opportunities. You have a sponsor, you have CROs, right? And sir, what they do, when you write exams, the squad comes, right? The people who come and check, like, whether you are you, like, some people keep some copies, right? Like, papers and all. They'll come and check, right? Same way, these people goes to specific hospital where the company clinical trial happening, and go and talk to them, see whether they're following the protocol or not, whether they're doing correctly or not, they have any questions or not. So these people will help them. And most of the time, you will have 100% complete job opportunities in this year. People will grab you like anything, any country you name it. If you say you have an experience as a CRA, you do not have any restriction in any country. But it suits morely, boys. Why? Because it contains a lot of traveling. Everything they'll take care of. It contains more of traveling. That's why I said that. Then the clinical data management, one of the premier role, I can say, one of the very, very important role that we have in the industry, the clinical data management. You just play with the data. No, I cannot say, sorry, I should not say play with the data. You can just read the data like anything. But whose data? Your patient's data. What is data? A data is nothing but an observation. A data is nothing but any identification. A data is nothing but an information. Right? Observation, information, right? That what information? What observation? I'm seeing nothing but lab data, patients laboratory data, like imaging data, or else clinical laboratory data, their health data, their safety data, everything. Now clinical data manager will is main responsible for processing the clinical data. I love this role like so much. You will play key role once the study starts, right? So we will track the data, we will ensure all the data is ready. Why? Because imagine I've studied 1 year. I cannot go to my principal and say, hey man, I studied 1 year, give me the certificate. No, go and write exams, man, come back, I will give a certificate, right? Of course the exams or something tells me, but not just exams, how much you write, the marks that you get. Same way, if I spend 100 crores to conduct the clinical trial, but if I don't have enough data, if I don't have a good data, or if I don't have a proper information, then regulatory authority will not give an approval. Entire money what you spend is waste only. That's what parents says, right? I spent a lot of money on you, man. I spent 1 lakh, but you got less marks. That's what happens here. Okay, so same way that the clinic, I'm spending a lot of money, the clinical research associates doing everything they can, project managers, site, startup team, everything. But if the data is not proper, then regulatory authority will not allow the drug to the market. So now who is the responsible for the data management? Will clean the data. Clean the data means any errors, any mistakes. We make a lot of mistakes in exams, like giving writing wrong question to sorry writing wrong answer to right question, or writing different answer to different subject. We do most of these mistakes. That's why we get less marks, right? Same way that, so instead of going to the regulatory authority, the clinical data management will clean the data. So here in the clinical data management, you will start your roles directly from the clinical data coordinator. Guys, there is one more thing that you need to keep it in mind. Every company has their own name of it, not the different role, name of it. But the work they do, it will be the same. Like some companies, they say data analyst. Some companies, they clinical data coordinator. Some people say they say clinical data manager. Some people, they say, junior clinical data analyst. Some people say the clinical data reviewer. For that, you might think, sir, how do I identify that? You need to read the something called job description, what they're asking for, right? So no, I could see there is one reason, and maybe I'll come to the question. Just write your question here in the chat box. Okay, good. So now, sir, how do I know that? How do I know I want to go for only clinical data coordinator? Okay, just uh, um, I want to go for the clinical data coordinator. And I saw some junior clinical data analyst. I saw clinical data analyst role. No, I'll not go. I want to go for the clinical data coordinator. No, don't be that. The names of each company will be changing, right? So that's how it is. So you need to read the job description. Then biostatistics. So statistics nothing but calculations, ensuring that analyzing the data, analyzing, interpreting the data from the clinical studies. Now we have a regulatory affairs who manage the activities related to the regulatory approvals. for the new products in the countries. No, man, I will just release whatever the medication that I want. No. How many of you know what is India's regulatory authority? Come on, I am looking for an answer from you all. I said regulatory authority, not the responsible. What is CDS? I don't know what is CDSCO. No, I don't know what is CDSCO. What is CDSCO? Exactly. Do not ever go with the shortcuts in an interview. Always go with the full information. Abbreviation. Okay, do not ever go with this information. People don't like, because we are not well experienced, like 15-20 years. We are going for the fresher roles. That means you need to go for the clear information. That's what, even when we go for interview, it will get little tension where we forget abbreviation. So that is the reason you always should have a proper abbreviation thought. Okay, now, so we will ask for an approval. Hey man, I'm going to do the clinical trial. These are the documents. Can you approve? Okay, I gave a regulatory authority, government gave an approval, and I got something update. Again, I ask them, hey, this is update in the, we added something new. Hey, I want to bring the molecule to the market. Can you give an approval? Who will be doing it? So there is dedicated team who does the regulatory affairs team. There are many roles again, guys. And also after 2017, the BRICS, there was not BRICS, there is one committee has changed. After the regulation has changed for the medical devices also. In one shot, there was a 10,000 roles were newly added only for medical devices in the regulatory field. Right. So you have a greater opportunities in the medical device side also, because now medical devices are not releasing into the market just like that. They need to go through thorough approval by the government. That's, you have an opportunities from the regulatory affairs also. Yes, most of the pharma students interested drug safety. I want to tell you something interesting. I don't know about in India. In foreign, PharmD students are applicable for roles kind of medical monitor. They decide what kind of safety information that we should populate, what kind of safety information should be given in each document. They're responsible. Such a highly, valued in, in most of the sponsor companies, other in the pharma companies. So drug safety team who manage the pharmacovigilance mostly, right? So now the question is now that whatever the clinical trial that we are doing, every team has a different responsibility. One team handles the regulations, one team handles the data, one team handles the operations, one team handles the project management, one team handles the safety team. That is, who ensure that whether this adverse event is because of the this current trial or something else. How do we stop? How do we provide this information? Or before a patient joins in the clinical trial, how do we tell him? Through what document? Right? Whether it is a severe or moderate or something basic or related, non-related. So these are something pharmacovigilance done by the pharmacovigilance team. Now, medical writer team, you write a lot of documents. People who have interest in writing, you can go for this medical writing roles. So now, what are the major R&D departments that we have? There are a lot of toxicology, project management, regulatory development, literatures, marketing, PK, licensing, chemistry. Now, if you see, this is very old, guys, in very 3 years back, things that I felt interesting after COVID. That's okay. The India is now prime destination for pharma global clinical trials. The Bill Gates has a foundation, something called Belinda Gates Foundation. He once mentioned that after COVID, every pharma company, every sponsor company is now looking for to, you know, provide or to do more research on the vaccines, to do more research on the medication for the drugs, vaccines we do not have for the disease. Like there are many cancers, there are many virus diseases, there are many variants. We do not have vaccines, we do not have medications. Now pharma companies are looking for more that, but where is the hub for them? But where is the hub? Where they can go? India is the prime destination for them. Sir, why are you saying prime destination for India as the prime destination for all pharma companies? I'll prove you. This is exactly what I'm. This was I was showing since 2022. Everyone, and in 25, 24, it proved how. I will show in the next slide on the coming slide. So these are the roles where your career can be in different growth, like the trainees, senior team, data specialist, manager. But again, in company to company, the roles will be changing. So if you want to go for the clinical operations or R&D, you can have a trial assistant, associate, CRA, team leader, project lead. This is exactly how the hierarchy works in the major companies. And in regulatory, you have a regulatory associate, affairs, consultant, coordinator, specialist, we would say. And but what are the skills that I should have? Consistency, quick learning, leadership. I will learn. I communication. I'm very good at English. I can do that. But what is something that you should know is that the knowledge about everything that we spoke about. Now, for the last 45 minutes, we only concentrate on the basic points. But to go at a job, you need to have a depth knowledge. I can never give a job if someone don't know about ICGC principles. I cannot give the job or someone who don't know what is a phase 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So where do you get this knowledge? In the everywhere in you, wherever you see, it provides, basic knowledge, basic information. If you want to give more depth knowledge, you need a guidance. You don't have to put, thousand lakhs of, you don't have to do that. In 20, 8 years back or 9 years back, I think 9.5 years, I was working as a, the researcher. I want to go for the corporate side. So I want to join a course in Bangalore, and they asked me for 1.2 lakhs for 3 months. 1.2 lakhs, 3 months, and I couldn't pay. I was not able to afford it because too much, no? For 3 months of course, that too weekly, I think daily 1 hour, 1.2 lakhs, nothing. And today, the course is giving for 85,000. It reduced. Now I go to the same institute and teach, right? So because I took the coaching in different places, but what I'm trying to say that you're in this world, you're not spending lakhs of money. There are affordable courses where you can you can spend 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. You can afford it and learn the new skills, right? I actually when I see some clothes in Myntra, Flipkart, something, if I have less cost, I think, oh no, I think it might be cheap, or it might be some not good brand. That's not the truth, actually. That's how we think. No, when we are opportunity to learn in the small steps, small within less cost, always grab it. You learn everything. Everything comes. Why? The reason I'm telling all this, because not to promote you something, but the reason I'm telling you people this, back then was so costly. The In order to learn something new, try to spend your time, try to spend little bucks. Then all the skills you learn. Now, many years back, I was unable to talk. I was so scared to talk. I'm talking, I've learned these skills. You learn everything, but either from hearing or from reading. Without these two, you cannot learn something. Either you need to read or you might listen. You should listen. Without these two things, you can never learn any skill. Okay. Good. So what is the revenue of the worldwide pharmaceutical market in 2021? It's a $1.42 trillion. So now there is something that I want to talk to you people, that I'll not take you through these slides. I want to take you all. There are many departments. There are cancer drugs, there are the dermatology drugs, there is a cardiology. So that means the clinical research divided into many therapeutic areas, right? The therapeutic areas, that something tells that the therapeutic area something tells that how the trial needs to be conducted, how the trial has to be conducted in such a way that the trial, you know each disease has a different way of working. The bacteria, virus, whatever, fungus, my bacteria, whatever, right? So now the sponsor company divided these therapeutic areas based on the organ effects. Like if it's affecting, if it is related to heart, we are calling as a cardiology. If it is affecting the skin, we are calling the dermatology. So you will have a plenty of opportunities in not only in companies but even therapeutic areas also. So these are the companies that I always would say people that these are the companies that you can, but they're just, I don't have enough space in the slide. That's why I didn't keep every slide, right? So now there are a lot of CRO companies. So if I there is a company called IQVIA. So the company is, is there in Bangalore, is there in Hyderabad, is there in Chennai, is there in Kochi, is there in Mumbai? You see that, and they have 1 lakh employees. Out of 1 lakh employee, 25% of their workforce is in India. Why? Why I said there is advantage in India? Why I said the India is a prime destination for work? Why? Because we have brighter mind people. We try to stretch more hours to work. Also, that's one of the reason. And the amount of salaries that we get is far better than, I'm sorry, no, far lesser than in Europe and US companies. Maybe because of the expenses, whatever. I'm not talking about the salaries here, but it helps but these reasons are helping the lot of people also. But doesn't mean that less salaries. There are a huge number of salaries. That is a different thing. But I want to share one more thing with you all. There is something called I why I said India is the prime destination. So this is there is something called GCC, Global Capability Centers. There is something uh, company called Bristol Myers Squibb and Sanofi and MSD. Sorry, Bristol Myers Squibb and Sanofi were very with hundred of people in India, but now they both came to Hyderabad, hiring thousands of the people. In Bristol Myers Squibb itself, they planned for almost 4,000 people. I saw in the news. In the Sanofi, they planned for 3,000 people. And Merck is coming to Hyderabad, Eli Lilly coming to Hyderabad, Novartis is already in Hyderabad, and AstraZeneca in Hyderabad and Chennai, and Pfizer is in Chennai, GSK is in Bangalore, and Roche is in Pune, and Novo Nordisk is in many places in India. And I'm not just talking about South India, but there are also other companies. These are newly forming they're newly set up in India. That's why I'm talking about these companies. So I'll send these things and how these companies are. If you see AstraZeneca is in Bangalore, and Chennai. So their employees are 3,100 people. Bayer, it is in Hyderabad, and you have a Bristol Myers Squibb. They have planned for more than 1,500 people, and you have Eli Lilly. It is in Bangalore. It has 3,000 people. Soon it's coming to India, Hyderabad, and you have something called Ferring, which is GSK. It has more than 2,500 people in Bangalore. Again, you have a Merck. Again, it's coming to Hyderabad. MSD, you have and you have a Novartis and Novo Nordisk, Pfizer, Roche, Eli Lilly, Amgen. This is not included. This recently came to in India, Amgen. So Amgen is investing huge money where there are there's almost 3,000 people they're going to recruit. But where these roles are going, right? One second, yes, there's something. Okay, so that means you have an opportunity in the CRO companies such as IQVIA, PPD, and Premier Clinical Research. You have Paraxels, you have other companies, and at the same time, now India is being a prime hub for sponsor companies like you name it: Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Amgen, Novartis, Novo Nordisk, AstraZeneca, Amgen. I'm not sharing my screen, guys. So there are plenty of opportunities here. But all you need to know is that three things that I mentioned: the skills, understanding of the career opportunities, where should you land, right? So these are main things that I would definitely say, to land your career, right? And but what are the different paths that I should consider? Read a lot about clinical research, read through LinkedIn, get a affordable prices courses like a clinical data management. I would definitely say don't stop with the CRM. Go for the clinical operations. Go for the pharmacovigilance. Learn, spend money, no issue. These skills would help you a lot, because if you stand where you are, maybe we would not have a smartphones today. If you stand where you are today, maybe we would not have aeroplanes today. If you stand where we are here, maybe we would never achieve anything that what we are utilizing of the benefits in the world, right? So learn the new skills, it will help you. So I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, so now you can place your questions, but before that, just a second. Yeah, so you can place your questions if you have any, and that's all from my end.
Hi guys. So I hope you have learned a lot, and I literally am amazed then, how much Ram has shared with all of us and how much we literally have learned in this webinar. This was literally amazing. I would like to thank Ram on behalf of everyone who had joined. There are at the peak there were some 360 people in YouTube and 500. We did not go a single person down in Zoom. So almost 850 people, you know, joined us live, right? And everyone was listening to us. Now, guys, this is a time for all of you to put the questions so we can answer the questions. And by the time we are also sharing the feedback form here, don't worry, I'm sharing the feedback form as well. And with that, guys, you all have to, be with us because one question whoever is asking can help many others. Okay, please ask your questions. Please put your questions by the time we are sharing the feedback form. Okay, guys. So questions, please. You can ask the questions to Ram and we'll be happy to answer. Yes, people.
Yeah. How to make a career in okay maybe make a career in clinical research. Skills should be learned by the student. How to review the draft protocols, what kind of
And don't
qualifications.
worry, you got one question in the feedback form today that what webinar you want next. Okay. So don't worry, you can put your choices for the next time also.
True, true. And these are coming for free, guys. You can learn the new skills. You just ask someone. We're happy to help you all. Okay, so the skills part I'll explain as I mentioned already. Most of the question will be the skills. As I mentioned, right? The skills, that's something that you should know, that where should you stand? Like what are the roles that you should this is not a skills, but this is one of the skill that I would say, because understanding of the requirement for your life. So you want to go for the CDM, you want to go for the clinical operations, where do you want to do that? So in order to learn that, whom should you approach?
Second,
That is the
guys.
question should
One
be.
second. Wait, I think there is some problem in sharing. Please just for a second, wait. Okay, we are sharing that form. By the time you can ask the questions, definitely. Yes, 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 yes. My email has flooded. Okay, wait, guys, wait for a second. Just wait for a second. I think we couldn't give you the permissions. 30, 50 emails. Wait. Okay. Yeah, just giving you the permissions. Don't worry. Yes, 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 yes. Just 1 second, guys. Chill. Yes. Now please fill. Now please fill, guys. No problem. It's done. Please fill it again. Yep, everyone. Now you can fill, everyone. Second, it's being updated, guys. Chill. It's getting some time. I don't know what has happened in this. Wait for a second. Just wait for a second. Yeah, by the time Ram, you can answer the questions if there are, please.
Sure. So the skills that you should be having more understanding on the companies. Like for example, you take a paper and pen and list the number of companies that you have in like CRO. List the number of companies you have in the sponsor and the CRO, and list the number of clinical trial hospitals. Now, come back to the same question. Okay, what are the roles that they are providing? So that means everything needs to have an idea that your mind should know that skills. That is, know what company it is, what kind of opportunities that you can get. Sure. So if you say, sir, I want to go back badly, want to go for the clinical data management. I want to go for badly, want to go for the clinical operation. Simple. Have a basics of the clinical research, like a phase one, phase two, phase three, and I say GCP principles, and understanding the regulatory requirements, understanding what is the patient, what is how the clinical trial monitoring goes, how the clinical trial goes. And
Wait,
if you want to
wait,
go for
guys.
the
There's some
CDM,
technical glitch. Come on. Chill. There's some technical glitch. Chill. You guys are calling me one by one, one by one. Just wait for some time. We are seeing the technical glitch, okay? Yeah, you please go ahead. Go ahead, please.
um, yeah. So let's say if you want to go for the just CDM, then no matter whether you go for CDM, whether you're going to go for the clinical research, pharmacovigilance, the basics are clinical research only. If I know ABCD only, I can write my name, right? Same way, you should have an idea that how the clinical research works. That is the basic, that is the number one skills that you should have. The next is the communication skill. How fast you talk, how slow you talk, where do you see when you, especially in interviews, where do you look at when you answer? Even matters, how do you pull your chair? How firmly you give your handshake? Everything is an important. And that is one of the skills, the communication, the body language. These are something that comes with when you attend these kind of webinars, when you attend the text, the affordable
Yes,
courses. The
guys, I know that link is not working. Please just wait
that.
a second. We are taking, I don't know why it is not happening today. Oh,
What is the way to achieve in pharmacovigilance and clinical research? Please give me prior proper suggestion, advice, or research. What is the way to achieve? Guys, can you give the relevant questions? Um, Okay, how to develop or transform ourselves in the clinical research specified. Yes, guys, that's what I was trying to say that, right? So have our own understanding. That's what I was like when I didn't know that, how many
yes.
companies
Now
that
you can do this, guys. Now you can do that. Please go ahead. Please go ahead filling the form, everyone. Yep.
specific role in the clinical trials are suitable for someone with microbiology expertise. Yes, you expect except pharmacovigilance, you will be all will be suitable for you, like CDM and operations form. Sorry, the regulatory, you'll be suitable for anything. Or
Yes.
internship
Very,
part-time roles in
very
clinical
good.
research.
I must say.
No, there are no part-time roles in the clinical research, guys, but internships will be plays a very crucial
Yes.
role.
Here is the link, guys. Again, I have updated. Yes, yes. Please go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Tell us more about clinical research, how
Yeah,
to start as a
sharing.
simple. You achieve the skills that whatever I mentioned right previously, you prepare yourself based on the requirement. So how do I know what kind of skills? So for that, you should know, like let's say take a fresher role and read the job description. They're asking for the ICGC principles. They're asking for the understanding on the clinical trial knowledge, like phase one, phase two, phase three. They're asking for the basic steps in the clinical research, like a startup, conduct, closeout. So that information you should know. So for that, you should navigate more into the social media like LinkedIn and the company websites and all. Which will be better to start the career of? I would definitely say clinical research, guys.
And guys, please wait for 2 minutes. After this question answer session, just wait for 1 minute. Now you can share the link.
Do you think surgery firm after PhD is worth, or should I just land on a job? I would definitely not say don't go for PhD. You can go for PhD, but you will end up spending a lot of time in years, and again you have to go for the postdoctoral PhD and this whatever information and all, like next another. So maybe I would definitely go for a job for now. In future, you can go for the PhD, like maybe distance one. Maybe many of my friends have done that. Is the PharmD worth doing if I want to work in India? Yeah, it's worth it. There is no doubt in that. It is really worth. If you see that, there are a lot of people, majority people are getting jobs by PharmD students. I've seen it. Is worth it. Advertisement. That's all. Yeah. Of course,
Yes.
guys, you should know, right? Let's see. If I don't tell you, you would never know, right? So, of course, I should tell you what are the opportunities. Of course, I should tell you how do you grab that opportunity. So don't take it as an advertisement, but take it as a opportunity to know where we are. That will help you. That is articles and case study necessary for getting. Nah, not like that. Articles, if you are getting an opportunity, write then articles. Yes, that will help you. Even I've done many. I'm just there. I could see a lot of access.
Yeah, access given, guys. Come on, access given. You can check. Now form is accepting. There was some technical glitch. Now form is accepting already 425 accepted. And guys, one more thing before you all go, before you all leave. Uh, Thank you very much for joining. And guys, let me share once more that if you are looking for CDM course, okay, if you are looking for CDM course, we have just launched the CDM course. It's starting from 16th of February, and you can get everything, whatever you are looking for in CDM. The actual fees for CDM course at our end, if you want to join, is 2,999. That's 3,000. But if you are joining today or tomorrow, because you are the webinar attendees, you will get 10% extra benefit, and you will get this course in 2,700 only. 2,700 only. And along with that, we are launching our medical writing diploma also today. So this time we have refined the complete diploma. We have additionally, added the clinical trial transparency writing and industrial training itself in this 2 months industrial training. So this will also be shared with all of you in the groups. And please don't leave the group. And guys, one more thing, your certificate will be shared before Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. Okay. So please don't, start sending me the messages by tonight only, sir, where is the certificate? Where is the certificate? Your certificates will be shared by Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening. Okay. Maybe tomorrow itself, no problem at all. But at least give us some time. By Tuesday, you will get it. Okay. Your certificates for the webinar. Okay, so that's all from my side, guys. And I'm sharing the registration link also here. I'm sharing the registration link also here, and feedback already shared. Okay, feedback already shared and set our so here is the link for 2,700 if you want to register. Okay. No, that's okay. See, you should fill the registration form. That's all. You should fill the register. I mean, you should fill the feedback form. You will get the certificate. Okay, fill it now. No problem. Fill it now. Here is this, and we have also shared the course link, and I'm also sharing the website. There are medical writing course is open. AI diploma is open right now, and many other courses are open for all of you. If you would like to join, see, this is the CDM course link here. Okay, so guys, and your questions we will take and we will answer, and we will try to answer in our groups also. Thank you very much again. And yeah, you can take up the course if you are in the B Farm third year or fourth year, or Farm D fourth year, fifth year, or sixth year, and pass outs. All the professionals, MBBS, BDS, Farm Ds, all. If you are joining, you can join the. I mean, if you wish to join, you can join. There is no problem at all. Biotechnology people also can, join the course. And here's the feedback again. I'm sharing the feedback again, guys. Okay. So Ram, we have some questions from YouTube. Would you like to take some questions from YouTube?
Sure. Yeah.
So how can a pharmacy student get job in CRC after graduation, like procedure to get job? CR workshop is coming very soon. CR webinar is coming next week, guys. Don't worry. Hello, Ram sir. Thank you for your valuable insights on pharma industry trends. Could you please advise how a M-Pharm fresher with no strong college placements can secure opportunities in CRA? It's a nice question anyways.
So I would definitely say, as I mentioned, I list out the companies that you have. So nowadays it's very hard that you find the CRA for the experience, fresher roles. For that, what I would suggest is go for the CRC role first, like clinical research coordinator. If you get an opportunities, there are hundred of hospitals who are performing clinical trial in India. That's the most of the student doesn't know actually. You can go for the CRC position. That will 100% help you to get the go for the CRA. Or you can go for other clinical operations role. For example, go for the medical reviewer roles. M-Pharmacy, you will not have any barriers. That's a highest qualification that you have in the pharma. For example, pharmacy like after B pharmacy. So you'll have a plenty of opportunities. But everyone is missing that how to search for it. That is a lack of it, right? So try for the CRC role if you get any internships and all, or else go for other clinical operations, or else you can try for the regulatory affairs, you can go for the CDMs, and you can go for the medical writing, regulatory affairs and all. Package. So is package depends on the skills, guys. That how good you do in the interviews and all, and it's all depends on you the way you do. It's not that I'll tell okay 4 lakhs 5 lakhs, and it's not about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every company is asking for experience because you're looking for such roles. No, you're not looking into the right position. To be honest, I can say 100% that you're not looking into the right place. That doesn't mean that I would say thousand of the opportunities at a time, but whatever the opportunities, you're not looking into the right place.
Yeah, one more question is there. If we are planning to switch the industry, I mean, other domain to clinical research, in that case, what kind of skill sets does companies expect to have?
No, it depends on the department that you choose for. Like I cannot say there are 100 of departments out there, right? You can go for any, but it depends on the issue you mentioned specifically what role that you want to go for. Based on that, I can tell.
Yes.
Good.
And there's one more question from YouTube. Good evening, sir. Can you tell us about translational medicine side of clinical research? What are the skills required to become a translational medical scientist, translational medicine scientist?
Very good, actually. I get to handle with a lot of translation medicine people. So it's more into the sample management. It's more into the biomarkers management and all. So currently in India, we do not have such huge number of roles. Currently, we have in Merck, we have in Bristol Myers Squibb, we have in Novartis. So it's a good role, but you will be strict to one role, not into the project management. So, but that's a good opportunities. The translation medicinal like you mainly involved into the patient's biomarkers, patient laboratory sample management, tracking, managing it, and storing the samples for years, and doing that. How do we use these samples for the future cancer trials purpose? And it's a good role actually. Good that you have that doubt actually. Can we go for residency?
Guys, come on. You should not put the questions again and again. We are here to see all the questions. We are seeing all the questions here. Don't worry. So can we go for residency after PharmD? What qualification and how much? How can I apply for it? So residencies and fellowships are right now there available in India. Like JSS is providing in oncology. Tata Memorial Hospital is providing in oncology. Parul University is providing in pharmacotherapy and cardiology. Manipal is providing in infectious disease, and Ramaiah is providing in oncology. There are some colleges, some hospitals providing fellowships and residencies. So if you wish to go for that, there is no specific qualifications. If you are PharmD with good marks, you just have to give one, maybe the test of the university or college where you're applying, and you can get it. The fees is around 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs per year. So can we join the CDM course? Sibling Swami, just wait for a few days. We are coming up with something very interesting for MBBS people. Okay, if you wish to join CDM, you can join, but we are coming up with something very, very good for MBBS and BDS people. Okay, yeah, thank you. What will be the fresher salary for CDM? That I think we have discussed already. I have completed MPharm last year, entered to CDM department in CROs. We have discussed this now. Okay, anything else, guys? Paid internships course for PharmDs. That I'm coming up with the full webinars. Okay. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for joining, and we will take off now because this is already 20:31, 8:30. So yeah, surely. And we will take these questions further, and we will ask our mentors to get back to you guys. So thank you very much again, and thank you very much, Mr. Ram, for taking this wonderful, wonderful webinar and taking our CDM course as well. Guys, if you are looking for CDM course, Mr. Ram is our trainer as well for CDM. Okay, so you will get a lot of great insights from the industry because Ram is teaching the CDM at CliMed. So if you are willing to join us, please join us today because you will get the discount as well. You will get in 2,700 only. Otherwise, after Sunday, you have to pay 3,000. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm just sharing the feedback form once again, and I'm sharing the link to join the course once again. And then we are taking off, guys. Thank you very much. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Good night, guys. Thank you. Take care. Take care, everyone.